Simba is on my left-hand side. Luna is...
This cat here?
Simba, yeah.
Simba? And that's?
Luna.
Luna. Tell me, what ultimately led you to give your cats to the defendant so that he could take care of them for you?
So the first thing that happened, my place flooded. He was my best friend, and I don't...
Your best friend?
He was, yeah, since 2018. So I told him, if you want to watch them while the place is getting fixed, because he loves spending time with them. And then I requested from him to hand them to another friend that his mom was going through terminal illness. They were getting emotional support from them. They stayed for 3 months. And then the defendant kept telling me, seems like she wants to keep them. And then I told him, all right, well, go ahead and take them.
You say that in your papers that you had COVID?
Yes, I was hospitalized on oxygen. I barely made it.
And while you were in the hospital, who took care of the cats?
I had friends like 1 to 2 blocks away. They
would take care
were
of them, my brother would.
When did you first give them to the defendant?
The first time it was in January 2021.
And why was that?
I took a road trip just to be away, clear my head up. My psychiatrist refused to treat me anymore. And then Europe, I went for 4 months, in January till February.
Well, did you ever permanently give the defendant your cats? Did you
Absolutely
make a gift
not.
of them? Mr. Perry?
Before I answer that, like, he just lied a countless number of times. Like, I have proof, and it's like everything he said was untrue, basically.
But why do you think you're entitled to pets that he purchased?
Initially, I started watching them in December of 2020, and because he was going to rehab, which that wasn't a road trip, it was rehab. He planned to be there for a month. He lasted 1 or 2 days.
1 second.
And then he was back. He was back home, and he was fine. And I wish I had proof of all of this. He was going out to clubs. We were going to the beach. He spent the next year.
But what does that have to do with your basis for taking these cats?
So for the first 8 months between December of 2020 and August of 2021, they were back and forth, like primarily with me. And then during that time, he was not a good parent to them at all.
Well, what does that mean?
Luna escaped through his window. He lives 11 stories up. She was on a windowsill. She was stuck outside for hours, like in rainy, windy conditions. Their litter box was always overflowing, never cleaned. And before that, he had a roommate who was the primary caregiver for them. And then they got into a huge fight, and the roommate left. Like, he has... there's so much. There's so much.
Yeah, there's a lot here.
Can I comment on what he said? So I have a house cleaner. The litter box is not overflowing. I have boxes of litter. Like, there is pictures of here that I
if
have
so much more.
Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
I'm talking.
You'll get a chance to
I'm
speak.
talking, please.
1 second. What I see is the nub of this case. I believe it's on page 23 of the defendant's evidence. There's a text message by you, Mr. Perry, when he asked you for the cats back. You say, it's not in the cat's best interest for you to uproot them from where they have been living the majority of the past 2 years. And you say, I appreciate your opinion, but that's not up to you to decide, as they are my cats. So, Judge Tawalda?
I was looking at some of these letters from 2 doctors, Dr. Harb. You had reported difficulties since asking the defendant for your cats and not getting them back. Because when I look at the letter that therapist provided, it does say that she's been treating you since 2018, and beginning in early February, you began to report the difficulties that you started to encounter after requesting your cats to be returned.
Well,
what percentage of time would you say you had the cats since purchasing them in 2019?
Yeah, I had them...
Percentage?
More than 50%.
A lot of his information is wrong. I don't know if you can tell that, but in August of 2021, Luna was in the vet because she was in his care and she stopped eating and drinking, so had to go to the vet. She was dehydrated.
Can you stop?
I have texts of him saying how she was so depressed going back to him and how she loved staying.
I read those texts. So you don't think that he is stable enough now to take on 2 cats?